Afternoon, everyone. I'm Tiffany Adams.
And I'm C Neethling.
And our topic is the logistical considerations and limitations of refrigerated containers on the poem and stone fruit export market. We are under the supervision of Lila Goedalsgerbe and our collaborators Tal Barry. Before we start, we would just like to mention that our study is still in process of being completed, as the due date is only December 2018.
So our research is about how we can optimize the space used inside of the refrigerated 40-foot high cube refrigerated container by looking at the space, the mass, and the refrigerated units. We sent out a detailed survey on the 40-foot high cube refrigerated container to establish the total number of containers that are currently in use with respect to the model, the type, the red line height, the internal and external dimensions, the specifications, the distribution frequency, and the performance capabilities of the installed refrigerated units. So like I mentioned previously, our research is about the 40-foot high cube refrigerated containers' internal dimensions after the refrigerated unit has been installed, in order to see how we can optimize the space for the loading of poem and stone fruit. No, not done yet. So the main problem that we identified is that South Africa's fruit export industry uses various shipping liner companies to export their poem and stone fruit. And therefore they use different manufacturers that manufactures their containers. And each manufacturer has different specifications to which they manufacture their containers. And that leads to a problem because space is, therefore the internal dimensions differs and the space is not used optimally as it should be. This is just a general arrangement drawing that we received from one of our major manufacturers on their specifications to which they manufacture their containers. And due to the fact that the research is still in progress, we are hoping to find more of these drawings that shows how the other manufacturers manufacture their containers, so that we can try and form a uniform container that's internal dimensions would be the same.
So our main findings of our research thus far is showing that the number of containers being shipped ranges from 1 to 50,467 containers. We also noticed that Carrier was the most used refrigerated unit model, as well as then seeing that the unit was then kept for 10 to 15 years. We also then noticed that this is just to show that the internal dimensions of the refrigerated container after the unit has been installed. We also then noticed that the internal dimensions differ between the various shipping lines, so this led to the red line height as well differing between them. We also then said that most of our shipping containers were then kept between 5 to 10 years or 10 to 15 years, and this was due to financial and safety reasons, basically stating that shipping liners wanted to save money and save costs by keeping and using their containers longer, so that they wouldn't have to spend more money on new containers. We also then saw that we identified the optimum temperatures, the maximum storage, the transit temperatures, as well as then looking at the container temperatures, set points, the highest, there's the graph, the highest freezing points, and the humidity of the poem and stone fruit. And we have just 2 recommendations for industry thus far, but because our research is still undergoing. We stated that industry should start sharing more information, such as the general arrangement drawing, so that we can know what's different in our containers, as well as then possibly coming up with a detailed guide of the internal and external dimensions and specifications. Thank you so much.